everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. I hope everybody's had a wonderful weekend. It's almost time for a back to work Monday morning for all you Monday through Friday workers out there. I know a lot of people have to work either on Saturday and or Sunday. But for all of you that have the weekends off, it's almost time for a back to work Monday. Tonight's video is not going to be very long. And as you can see by the title of the video, I'm going to talk about ratings. And what I mean is TV ratings, because we are a little bit less than 24 hours away from the debut of Monday Night Raw on Netflix. So my question is, will it affect the TV ratings? Because I saw a post on social media sometime this past week, back around, I think it was Wednesday, that was talking about how Raw going to Netflix is going to make the ratings, go down. It will in my house because we don't have Netflix. Hey there, Keveron. Good evening to you as well. Glad you checked in here on this Sunday night. We don't have Netflix, and I refuse to pay $10 a month extra or whatever the price is for Netflix just to watch Raw. I'm not going to do it, but I know a lot of people will. But I know most people already have Netflix, so I don't really know if it'll affect the ratings at all. And the reason why I know most people already have Netflix is because when Netflix carried the NFL on Christmas Day, the NFL's ratings were up around 24, 25 million people that watched, which tells you a lot of people have Netflix, because if there's 24 million that watch the NFL, there's a lot of people that have Netflix that don't watch football. But 24, 25 million is close to the ratings that the NFL gets on regular TV. So about every household has Netflix, so I really don't know if it will affect the ratings at all when it goes to Netflix. If it does, I think over time it won't, because over time more and more people will start getting Netflix, because there was a report came out this past week that said when Raw goes to Netflix, it's going to be less and less scripted. I mean, they're still going to have storylines, but they're not telling the guys, hey, go out there and cut a promo and make sure you say this, and don't say this. Well, say this way. And your matches are going to be a lot less scripted. They're letting everybody do their own thing to make it seem more legit and more real. Hey there, Hogan. Glad to have you here. I think it's first time I've seen your name in the comments section. Thanks for being here. Make sure you give the video a like, a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so, and tell your friends, tell your family. And I'm not sure what you're almost done with, Matthew, but I'm glad that you're almost done. Hey there, Deidre. Glad to have you here as well. So I believe with them having less scripted stuff, making it seem more genuine and more real, that over time there'll be more and more people get Netflix just to watch Raw. But I'm not paying that kind of money for 3 hours of TV a week. It's also going to go back to mature audiences. So for all you people that think wrestling has to have blood and foul language and naked women to be good, you should be happy, because Raw's going to mature audiences. I don't believe that, because I've watched wrestling back in the 80s and 70s when wrestling was at its peak, and it was PG back then. There was no half-naked women. There was no foul language. There was no blood, and people still watched. So I don't believe you need mature audience stuff for wrestling to be good. But for all of you that believe that, you should be happy. But tomorrow night's Raw is basically going to be like a premium live event. Hey there, Marcus. Glad to have you here. The Falcons had a pitiful finish to their season. They were going to miss the playoffs regardless. But no matter what happens, the Falcons are always going to Falcon. They're just like every other team in Georgia except for the Braves. But tomorrow night, here's the lineup we had. It's okay, Hogan. I thought you was talking about the band, so I didn't pay it any attention. Glad you're here. Regardless, please give the video a like and a thumbs up. But tomorrow night's Raw is going to be at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood, California. And so far on the card, we have Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa in a tribal combat match. CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. No Marcus next year. The Falcons will do the same thing again. They were 7-10, 7-10, 7-10, 3 straight years, and this year they finally get to 8 wins. Maybe next year they'll get to 9, maybe. And hi there. I guess that's Sabria. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I apologize, but I'm assuming that's Sabria. And no, Hogan, I am not a WWE wrestler. I am a independent professional wrestling referee, but not a wrestler. I'm too good looking to be a wrestler, so I am a referee. But I was a wrestling fan before I become a ref, and I'll be a wrestling fan after I get too old to ref anymore. Drew McIntyre versus Jey Uso. And then John Cena's retirement tour will kick off in some sort of kind of way. Either he'll be on the show or they'll announce when his first match is going to be, something like that. And there's also rumors that Becky Lynch and Logan Paul are both going to return tomorrow night. We saw this past Friday that Tiffany Stratton cashed in and won the women's championship on SmackDown. You don't really see a lot of belt changes, especially for the women on TV. So that tells you that SmackDown did something Friday night, so you might see something big like that on Raw tomorrow night. But they're stacking this card tomorrow night to make this almost like a premium live event. So for all of you that have Netflix, enjoy the first Raw on Netflix. Tomorrow night, I believe Raw started in 1993. And for 32 years, Raw was either on USA or TNN. And then it starts Netflix tomorrow night. And Hogan, I'll say Drew McIntyre wins that match. Thank you for asking. Any thoughts on any of this, please feel free to let me know. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. What did Bacon say to the tomato? Let us get together. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. And Hogan, I'm glad you're here because I talk wrestling usually about once a week, sometimes more depending on what's going on, but usually I talk wrestling at least once a week. So if you're a wrestling fan, I'm glad you're here. If you've got friends or family that like wrestling, tell them to jump on, subscribe to the channel as well. Until next time, bye.